Hispanic heritage is something you'll find just about anywhere, whether it's a hearty meal, music that fills the air, or a business making an impact in your community.
Comes from our culture, our roots, and everything, and so now we're sharing it with the community.
And we're sharing their stories tonight as Next Star's Hispanic Heritage Special starts right now. And welcome to Next Star's Hispanic Heritage Special. I'm Mike Landis. Tonight we're bringing you stories from people in your community, highlighting their legacies and the impacts they're making here and around the country. First tonight, in just a few months, the spotlight will shine on Kansas City for the FIFA World Cup. Malik Jackson speaks with some influential football voices as they share their passion, pride, and power this moment holds for fans.
When it comes to soccer in Kansas City, there's no question where it started. We've got the receipts. Back in the 1950s and 60s, it was Los Latinos who brought the beautiful game to the city of fountains, planting the seeds of a passion that's now about to take over the world stage right here in our backyard.
It's been such an important part of the fabric and the growth of the Hispanic community. Now that we get to see the World Cup, up close and personal here coming up in 2026. I think it's a dream come true.
Dr. Diego Gutierrez is an associate professor at Rockhurst University, director of their sports management program, and a former MLS player and GM. He's now a key consultant for Major League Soccer and spent last World Cup working closely with the United States Men's Soccer Federation. Safe to say he knows the roots of soccer in Kansas City and the weight of what's coming.
To see World Cup games here is going to be a dream come true.
Is it a full circle moment?
I think so. I think it is for me, as it is for many Hispanics around the city who have put a tremendous amount of work, whether that is establishing the infrastructure or coaching or simply parenting.
All things soccer, kids, health and wellness.
Nick Garcia, former Wizards star defender, MLS Cup winner, and U.S. men's national team player, understands the gravity of this moment. But more importantly, he's focused not on how we got here, but on how this moment could reshape soccer in Kansas City for years to come.
There is no other Midwestern town, city, soccer mecca that is going to host like Kansas City will. The soccer impact is going to be phenomenal, special, unique, defining, culturally awesome.
And to the fans who carry the torch so we could become the soccer capital that we've become, it's emotional to say the least. Hector Solario, the creator of La Barra, a support group for the Wizards team in 2000 that struggled to get more than 10,000 fans in a 70,000-seat stadium. But Solario and his crew were always there, keeping soccer, even at its low points, alive and well here in Kansas City.
For me, for the Latinos, and special people love soccer, it's something phenomenal. It's to go to the next level. I feel happy, brother, I feel happy, and I'm waiting this moment to...
Does it make you want to cry?
Yes, bro, yes!
In Kansas City, I'm Malik Jackson.
And one of the most influential voices in the Hispanic community has kept up the fight, pushing for rights for more than 60 years now. KXAN's Jala Washington sat down with Dolores Huerta as she reflects on how her activism these days is similar to things she fought for decades ago.
It's a simple phrase that has become a call to action at rallies, protests, and political stages across the world. You can do it. Simple words, but powerful when said together. Labor activist Dolores Huerta credited for the saying.
Because Cesar Chavez had was doing a 25-day water-only fast. And in Arizona, they had passed a law that farm workers, if they went on strike, they could go to jail. When I went to some of the professionals in the area to ask them to please support us, they said, no, in Arizona, you cannot do this. My response to them was, yes, we can. Si se puede. Yes, you can. And that became a rallying cry.
That rallying cry helped lead to action, expanding the rights of farm workers, and years later, Barack Obama even tapping the slogan to fuel his presidential campaign.
Through the best of times and the darkest of hours, she knows how America can change. Yes, we can.
And when I met the president, he said, I stole your slogan.
She's the co-founder of the country's first farm workers' labor union, the United Farm Workers. And Huerta, alongside Cesar Chavez, advocated for fair wages and better working conditions for farmers. And Huerta now is widely known as an influential leader of the Chicano movement, a movement that protested inequality at all levels of society, including race, labor, and women's rights. Some of those same rights that many people feel are being threatened today. In August, Huerta joined activists at this rally at the Texas Capitol, speaking out about Texas redistricting, which she argued would be unfair to voters of color and minority communities.
I was in a house meeting with a great organizer, Fred Ross Sr., and then he showed us, newspaper clippings of how people brought in clinics and they brought sidewalks, and actually sent policemen to prison for beating up young Mexican youth. And I thought, I want to belong to that organization. Anyone that can have that kind of power to stop the discrimination, then that was my aha moment.
That aha moment leading to a lifetime of activism. And no matter where anyone stands on the politics spectrum, Huerta hopes what people take away from her and her story is this.
We do not have the luxury of getting tired. Every single one of us has to become a patriot.
In Austin, I'm Jayla Washington.
And coming up, music is a universal language, of course, and we're introducing you to a couple of musicians who are leaving their mark on the Springfield Symphony after this. And welcome back tonight. As part of our Hispanic Heritage coverage, we're highlighting two musicians in the Springfield Symphony who are from Hispanic countries. Ozarks First Bethany French spoke with them about their roles and the community they found here in the Queen City.
The Springfield Symphony Orchestra plays here at the Juanita K. Hammonds Hall for the Performing Arts. Adonis Garcia moved from Venezuela to Bolivia and then here to Springfield, Missouri. He's now principal cellist in the symphony. Alejandro Garcia moved from Colombia here to Springfield, and although he now lives in Kansas City, he still comes back once a month to play with the people he calls his family.
You need to spend many hours a day practicing the cello, and this is a skill that takes many years.
Adonis Garcia has played the cello since he was 8 years old. He moved to Springfield to study at Missouri State University after meeting MSU viola professor Dr. Amy Muchnick, who offered to sponsor him to learn English and come to the U.S.
Everything behind Bolivia, leaving your friends, your family, and then coming here, starting a new language, a new career. That was really difficult for me.
Adonis says he's found a community of people from Springfield and from other Hispanic countries through the Springfield Symphony, something he says is important to feel like himself.
You are speaking a different language every day, and then you get together with your friends, and it's like, oh, okay, I can be myself one more time. I can speak my language.
It's like my family. I've been playing with them for a long time. I really love playing with the orchestra.
Alejandro Garcia also studied at MSU before playing in the Springfield Symphony. He says Springfield is a welcoming community, but there is a misunderstanding about the Hispanic community immigrating to the U.S.
We bring a lot of culture and a lot of assets to the United States. Many of us, we are professionals. We come to contribute, and we come to work and make this country better.
The Springfield Symphony Orchestra performs once a month. For more information about their upcoming performances, we'll have a link with this story on our website, ozarksfirst.com. Reporting in Springfield, Bethany French, Ozarks First.
For Hispanic immigrants who left their homes to find a new life here in the U.S., the definition of family evolves. Many of them have learned that their brothers and sisters are not bound by blood, but instead from the community they create. And that sentiment ringing true for one couple in Springfield who found each other by chasing their own dreams. We're bringing you the story of Chuy and Judith Garcia and how a chance meeting led to a world of success right here in the Ozarks.
Show Me Chuy, a restaurant in Springfield bringing Mexican and Italian flavors together. But the couple behind the venture are a fusion of their own, one that began more than 2 decades ago.
The first day I landed, I was hungry, and I went to the restaurant where he was working at, and I saw him in the kitchen, and then I've been here for 23 years now.
Meet Judith and Chuy Garcia, two Mexicans who would have never met if fate hadn't stepped in. An opportunity to teach at Missouri State University brought Judith to Springfield. That same day, she met her husband at an Italian restaurant.
I went out on a date thinking I was going with an Italian guy who spoke perfect Spanish.
But Chuy wasn't Italian. He had moved from Mexico to Springfield when he was 16.
I did not know any English.
And their path to success wasn't easy. Judith's push to get a PhD meant 5 years of weekly trips to the University of Arkansas. While Judith took classes, Chuy took their home to the campground.
We were spending a lot of time with the kids in the parks, camping in the parks, cooking. I was cooking in the parks and everything. So, you know, we also trying to see the good side of it.
We got it. I mean, I got the title of PhD, but the whole family did the PhD together.
And their biggest milestone, citizenship, took more than 15 years. But in the end, it was the community they had built that helped them create the life they have. It's a busy one between the classroom and the kitchen, and spreading love through family and food.
If you can say that, you know, we are successful, I think that's very humbling. But I think that it's because of everybody else that came before. And that's something that is very traditional in the Hispanic community.
I say you give love, you receive love. No matter if you're... It's just how, I think that's how life is everywhere. You give love, you receive love.
In Springfield, Bailey Stroll, Ozarks First.
Still ahead, from Mexico to the Queen City. We're talking to one woman who wears a lot of hats and telling you about her goals to make a big difference.
I love to cook. I love creating new recipes and everything.
Well, a Joplin-based restaurant owner continues to make a name for himself and his food while inspiring others. Meet Marcos Renteria. He's the owner of Ghetto Tacos. Now, Renteria worked for food service for 20 years, mostly for bigger restaurant chains. And now he's able to serve his family recipes from his eatery.
We just put all of our family recipe together. And this is our family recipe. It comes from our culture, our roots, and everything. And so now we're sharing it with the community.
And Renteria says his business is also about giving back to the community. And as for the future of his business,
I want to become a brand, and that is my dream. That is my goal. I don't know when I'll get there, but I believe that one day we'll get there.
And we're also highlighting the president of the Hispanic Networking Group of the Ozarks, Gabby Verdugo. Ozarks First Carissa Codell sat down with the entrepreneur who has left her mark on Springfield.
Gabby Verdugo isn't just an entrepreneur, she's also a real estate agent and a business owner. What was the name of the city where you grew up?
Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, Mexico.
Gabby Verdugo tells me she vividly remembers the violence in her hometown.
They start shooting right on top of the gate. I was so like, oh, it's happening again. And all I can hear my mom is like, get down.
That was the main reason she decided to immigrate and have the freedom to build a life she wanted.
I remember me being a kid and going into the roof of my house. And I will literally see El Paso, Texas from my house because I was very close to the border. And just seeing the difference in just architecturally or just like how clean it was from this side to this side.
When she moved to Springfield in 2016, she tells me she wasn't sure what she wanted to do for a career.
So when I found real estate, that really goes with my personality.
She then began helping other people of Hispanic heritage become homeowners.
I also understand that we live in a city, in a state, that there is not much support for the Hispanic community just yet, because I do believe that we're gonna get there.
Verdugo says being a real estate agent opened the doors for her to do other things, like start the Hispanic Networking Group of the Ozarks and own 2 other businesses, one being the Chicas Club, an all-women's gym.
Our goal here at the Chicas Club is to take all of those excuses out, right? And I call excuses because I do really think that if you make a priority, that you can make it work. And I know it's hard.
After living in the U.S. for over a decade, she says she now can see how beautiful her culture is.
I do hope that I am successful enough where I can help the place, the city where I grew up. Obviously, I would like to help whole Mexico, but I cannot do that, but just focus on the neighborhood I grew up on.
And on top of all of these ventures, we can't forget about the Hispanic networking group that Gabby is the president of. If you want to learn more about how that group started as a club and has now grown into a nonprofit and how you can join, you can go to our website, ozarsfirst.com, and search Hispanic Heritage. Reporting in Greene County, I'm Carissa Codell, Ozarks First.
Well, coming up, still ahead, baking up a sweet treat. How one lady's big leap to follow her dreams turned out to be her greatest adventure. Well, here at Ozarks First, we are showcasing everything about Hispanic culture. Ozarks First Parker Padgett is in Springfield after learning about a mariachi group looking to share their music.
The two founders of this group, Andrew and Rachel Bishko, both tell me that they also want to educate for people wanting to learn this unique sound. It's a sound that is growing throughout the Ozarks.
It's been really such an honor to be welcomed into this community, to be able to serve the community, and also to bridge beyond the community.
Andrew and Rachel Bishko started Mariachi Flor de Missouri when the two started singing.
We were in tears after we had done it. We said, we just have to do this. And so we started to ask people.
As the group grew, the performances followed.
We play for a variety of different kinds of events, a lot of lifestyle events, baptisms, weddings, wedding proposals, birthday parties, and funerals as well.
Even including their own daughter into the group.
I started playing violin classically, but when I switched to the mariachi music, I found that I could understand it and connect with it on a deeper level.
I'm so excited for her because she's made it a part of herself. And not only that, but she performs very well.
But now the group doesn't just want to play, they want to teach.
We're actually wanting to open a program where we can help people learn mariachi music to play and sing for themselves and educate about it.
And with the unique style of music, they're hoping to bring more mariachi to the Ozarks.
It feels like everyone in the room is in the band, and it's such a wonderful experience. And I love the music. It's so stirring and beautiful. It's just the most beautiful music in the world.
It's important that people know that Hispanic heritage, and especially Mexican heritage, is a part of the story of this nation.
The group is pretty active on their social media pages as well as their website. You can find information for that with this story online at ozarksfirst.com. Reporting in Springfield, Parker Padgett, Ozarks First.
And we're also highlighting Lupita Hernandez. Now, she's an immigrant from Mexico who owns a local baking business called Sweet Pieces, and she travels all across the Ozarks. Ozarks First Michael McLaughlin spoke with her about how she took a risk to pursue her passion.
Lupita Hernandez and her husband came to Springfield 13 years ago. While she had a past career in accounting, she tells me she decided to pursue her love of cooking.
My passion always was baking or cooking.
While initially starting small by selling at a local farmer's market, Hernandez eventually decided to take a risk and expand her business by buying a food truck. She says her husband supported her every step of the way.
The important piece here was my husband, because he pushed me and he supported me so much. And he said, if it's not working, that's okay. It will be another thing, but you can do it. You can do it.
Since then, the business has been a family effort.
My oldest daughter worked with me. She's my barista every Saturday at the farmer's market. She's an art girl. She designed some of the logos or things from the food truck. Also, my husband helped me a lot because he is an IT manager.
Hernandez says she still loves to learn new culinary skills.
2 years ago, with the food truck already working, I went to Mexico and I take another full course of conchas because I want to know the techniques. The techniques are different. Every person has different techniques.
Since they came to the Queen City in 2020, she says the people of Springfield have been welcoming and is thankful to be a part of the American dream.
I feel lucky to be here, and I really appreciate that a lot of American people acceptance my culture, my journey here.
Hernandez has advice for people who wish to follow their passions. Take a leap of faith.
Don't hesitate. Sometimes it's risky and you have doubts about that. But follow them. Follow your dreams.
You can often find Hernandez selling from her Sweet Pieces food truck across the Ozarks. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Michael McLaughlin, Ozarks First.
And stay with us. We'll be right back after this. And you can experience a lot of Hispanic culture for yourself on Saturday, October 11th, with the SGF Culture Fest being hosted on historic Commercial Street in downtown Springfield. That's where you'll find all kinds of vendors and performers, that going from 10 a.m. to 6. That's all we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us for next hour's Hispanic Heritage Special. Have a great night.